my very first podcast, or podcast, as I should say. This show that I'm doing is called Strictly Healthy. And it's about looking at how we can keep ourselves together holistically, whether it's emotional, mental, physical, financial, business health. We're going to be looking at all those different topics with different experts that we're going to be pulling in and including and hearing about their tips, etc., to help us in these very strange times that we're living in. So I'm so pleased that you can join me today for my very first episode.
Okay, so first of all, thank you, Linda, for welcoming me, first guest on Strictly Healthy. A pleasure to be a guest here today. So as Linda said, yes, I am a UK employment lawyer by profession. I've been a lawyer for, I think it's 16 years now. And aside from that, I am a mother of two rambunctious, lovely boys. I'm also an intuitive life coach. And more recently, I'm a founding member of an organization, a non-profit organization registered in Ghana called Power to Our Mothers Foundation Africa, which essentially seeks to empower mothers and mother figures, aka women, on a multitude of different levels. So I am, what I should have said is I was born and bred in the UK, in London. And I've just recently relocated to Ghana with my two boys, which is my country of origin, where my parents and their parents are from, and to do a multitude of things, including to contest to become the president of Ghana. That is to further my mission, my vision, to really empower mothers and mother figures, the women, so that they really thrive, because once the women thrive, everybody else thrives.
And welcome to episode 2 of Strictly Healthy. And speaking of motivational, we have an amazing lady on today, Zoe Bennett. We welcome her now. Welcome, Zoe, to episode 2 of Strictly Healthy. Yes, you are the motivational queen, but you have done some amazing things and also been through quite some adversities in your life. So I'd like to start there. Can you just share with us, some of what you've been through so far?
So my life has been nothing but a interesting roller coaster, I would like to put it. See, I don't look at things as negative or, oh my gosh, oh woe is me. I look at things as it's meant to be, but it's how your mindset is all about, how you actually come through it. So yes, I've gone through lots of trauma, adversity, stemming from when I was a child, through trauma, completely childhood abuse for many, many years. But the way I got through that is that I always looked forward to the future. I always used to tell myself it can only get better. I will get through this.
But today I have a very special guest, Dr. Gail Pearson, who is coming to us from New Zealand. We're talking about how to boost your internal defense system.
My name is Gail Pearson. I'm a New Zealand trained anaesthetist, or if you come from the States, it's anesthesiologist. So I practice in Auckland, New Zealand, and I've been practicing now for almost 30 years.
Based on the current situation that we're dealing with now, how can we cope with what's happening? How can we help ourselves?
Linda, it's all about going back to basics, and it's all about an approach which is a very common sense approach. And let's look at it at what we can actually control and what we can't control.
It's great, isn't it? But tell me, how does that then affect oxidative stress? Can you share that?
People here probably don't know what oxidative stress is.
Yes, we could talk about that.
Yeah. So what happens is that when we're young, those enzymes like superoxide dismutase are functioning, they're going boom, 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 boom. But after the age of about 25, those antioxidant enzymes that we've got in our own body, they don't work as well. And as you get older, they work less and less and less, and we know that. And that's why the fad has been, take antioxidants, let's take antioxidants. It's not enough, because you actually have got to make antioxidants in each of your cell.
Hello.
Thank you for joining me today. Lovely to have you on my program today. And we'll get into all aspects about yourself, who you are, and find out a bit more about your past, etc. How they're coping. First of all, how are you coping in this whole situation? You first, if you could tell me that.
Well, to be honest, I think I'm doing okay now. I think at the beginning it all felt like a bad dream. You know, you're in a dream, you think, at some point I'm going to wake up and it'll just, it won't be true. But as the months went through, you realise that this is real. We are living this, and it's not like going away anytime soon. So
I know.
At first, I think I was like, all right, I'm just going to make the most of my time because it won't be for long. This is great. I rarely have this much time at home to do so many things. I've got such a big to-do list. I thought, well, let me start getting that done. But, as time goes on, you think, well, I've done that bit of the to-do list. There's still nothing happening, and it does get a bit difficult, especially when I'm someone who does a lot of work in theatres, in front of large audiences. So almost everything that I do, has disappeared overnight. So.
Yeah, good. So you've been finding alternative things, I take it, to be able to possibly get your message out there. I mean, how can people sort of get a hold of you, if need be, in terms
I'm on
of
Facebook, Janine Johnson, and I'm also on Twitter and Instagram, Janine Music. It's 2 N's though on Twitter and Instagram, JANNINE Music. And they can check out my YouTube channel as well, Janine Johnson, and there's loads of music there for you to listen to.
Very pleased to have you join me again today, and we've had some exciting guests, some really fantastic guests with great information, and today is no exception. We're going to be talking today about the type of bread that we probably all should be having, and the topic today is what's so bad about bread. And we have our special guest today, Patricia Barrowman.
Very pleased to be on today. Thank you for having me. Well, I am Patricia. I'm the health revolution activist. You can maybe tell by my accent, I'm not British. I am from America originally. I've been in Somerset in UK since 1997. But more recently, I've been exploring sort of why we get ill, and we're sort of seeing that manifested now with the situation we're in. But really, there are just toxins that affect our body, because our bodies are designed to heal themselves. So what interferes with that? Well, we're going to look at one today in a minute. But so they stone ground the flour, and of course it was whole grain. They didn't have the fancy contraptions to separate off all the layers, and there was no white flour then. So back then, bread was flour, water, and salt. And if you want to look at that slide, we can sort of break down what a wheat bread looks like. It's many components. So when it's stone ground, it's a stone is rough, so it's ripped and shredded apart. So the small wheat particles are very rough, and of course they're full of all these lovely nutrients, vitamins A, vitamin E, natural omegas, and minerals and vitamins. So your body takes a good couple of hours to extract all those nutrients out of it, which is why you feel satisfied and full when you're eating proper whole grain bread, sourdough bread. Stay away from processed food. The problem is not the bread, the problem is not the fat, the problem is not the salt, the problem is not the sugar, it's the way it's processed. So we've already looked at bread, and why, the different types of what contributes to bread being bad. So now you know what is good about bread.
Because Patricia has said quite a few things today, I think, that might be new to you and might be of interest. So we welcome you to contact us with any further questions. Welcome to episode 6 of Strictly Healthy. I'm your host, Linda Humphreys. And in this episode, we're just going to talk about 2020. Now, I won't say the other word that has been present for 2020, but when you heard of the number 2020, what did you think? I know for me, I thought clarity, good vision, just those types of positive things. But of course, we know that 2020, of course, did not live up to the hype of its name. Never mind. We are going to look at positive things. But anyway, in the meantime, I just wanted to hear what some of your positive things were for 2020. For me, good news, I've been tested positive for good health. So if you want to ask me about my regime, just please get in touch. In the meantime, just wanted to let you know what's coming up in January. On the 7th is Bernie Davies. Now, she has an interesting story to tell and a fantastic dynamic lady who will share some positive tips, etc., advice on how to run your business. Very, very interesting. So please join us and stay tuned. And in the meantime, I hope that you're able to spend some quality time with your loved ones, and I do hope that your 2021 will be way better than your 2020 has been. So that's it for now. See you on the other side.